We're going to jump in and review a little bit of jazz in D and then do a playthrough. At this point with jazz in D, you should be able to recognize all the notes and know where they live on your instrument. And it's just a matter of getting it comfortable when playing from beginning to end. So I just want to review our key signature. The key signature is found next to your clef. And for jazz in D, we have two sharps in the key signature. The first sharp is always going to be F, and the second sharp is always going to be C. They will never put them in the opposite order. When there's one sharp, it is always F, and two sharps, it's F and C. The other thing I want to point out is in jazz in D, sometimes we have the Fs that have been changed to F natural. Since our key signature tells us we are playing F sharps, they would need to use a natural sign in the measure with the F to cancel that F. So if there had been an F previously, that would have been F sharp, and then they use the natural sign to cancel it. And unless they put the sharp sign back, it would remain F natural. I just want to take a moment to review F sharp, F natural on the bass. So set your F sharp up twice. Here's mine. Check what yours sounds like. Make sure that your thumb on the back of the neck is behind where that second finger is. And then also try to pivot your hand towards the floor a little bit to give your pinky more strength. Here's that F sharp again. And now F natural, and I'm stretching it out so that it's halfway between the two red tapes. Back to F sharp twice. 1, 2. And F natural twice. 1, 2. Now let's go up to the C and the C sharp. Now for jazz in D, we only have C sharp, which is second finger here. Let's play that twice. 1, 2. And now C natural twice. 1, 2. Back to C sharp. Back to C natural. Another thing to review on jazz in D is that we have the first two notes at the beginning of the song that are called pickup notes, which means they're on the third count and fourth count of the measure. So if you notice, there isn't an entire measure right after the time signature. Okay, so we're going to think 1, 2, and then start on count 3 just to help us set our speed or tempo of the song. Bass players, because it's been a while since I've seen you in person, I want you to check if your end pin is out far enough. We want your first finger to be about the height of or level of your eye when your bass is set up for you. So just make sure to have that first finger at the level of your eye and check if you need to make your end pin longer. You've probably grown since I've seen you last. We're going to start with the first 6 notes of jazz in D. We want to work on having a very smooth sound with our bow. If the notes are comfortable for you, think of getting your bow closer to the bridge. For basses, we play A, B, and then shift to high D and back to B. I will say 1, 2, and then we'll all start together on 3, 4 for these first 6 notes. 1, 2. Let's practice that again. Set up your bow. 1, 2. Now I want to practice the shift at the beginning of the second line. As bass players, we're playing a C sharp, which is 2 fingers. And then we shift to B, B, A, A, and we have eighth notes. And then we have to do that again. So we have to jump back and then slow our bow down. Okay, now that I've demonstrated it for you, let's try it together. We're at the beginning of the second line. 3, 4. Long bow. Over to D smooth. And you could hear that I hit an extra string. That might happen to you too. I just had to look at my bow and make an adjustment. So basses, let's play the first 2 lines now. I want you to peek through it and see where the 8th notes are, and then see where our first F natural is. And there's 3 F naturals in a row. At the end of the first line, the last note is F sharp again. And then we have to shift and bow lift for the beginning of the second line. So here we are. I will say 1, 2, and we'll start together on 3. 1, 2. Shift. F natural. 1, 2, 3. Shift and bow lift. Shift down. Long bows. Let's do the first 2 lines again. Set yourself up. 1, 2. F natural. F sharp. 1, 2, 3. Shift and bow lift. Now we're going to look at the line that starts with number 13, and notice it does F naturals down to D's, and then at the end of the measure it's C sharp, B, B, A, B, B. So we have to do kind of a quick shift to get to where we need to go. Here we are on the measure that starts on 13. Set your F natural, get your bow on the string. 3 and 4 and. Now over to the A, long bow, A. Here comes that shift, C sharp. Let's try that again. Set up your F natural, get your bow on the string. This is at 13, 3 and 4 and. We're going to do a playthrough. If you get lost, look ahead to the next line, get ready for those notes so that you can jump back in when I let you know we've arrived. I'll give you lots of reminders as we go. Set yourself up for the first note. 1, 2. Shift to D. Shift to B. Here's 3 F naturals. 2, 3. Now F sharp. 1, 2. Bow lift. Shift. C sharp and. Here shift to C sharp, shift to high D, long bow. Natural F, 3 of them. F sharp, 1, 2, bow lift, C sharp shift, and we're going to play through Jazz in D again. I'll give you a couple reminders just to help you keep your place, but I'm not going to do quite so many things, especially with naturals and sharps. So set yourself up at the beginning. 1, 2.